Hello, everybody. Welcome to our third installment of Cutoffs with Myers. We're going to go over relays, different cutoff scenarios, something that's really important for the kiddos to diagnose and get set up correctly. So the past two episodes were pretty simple, pretty basic for the most part. Balls hit right to the right fielder, balls hit right to the left fielder. Pretty much a simple cut to scenario, as easy as it gets for an outfielder. Today we're going to be throwing a little monkey wrench in that, making things a little more complicated, throwing something else at them. Maybe some different like what if scenarios. That's what baseball is. Baseball, you need to be able to think on the fly, right? All right, so gentlemen, you're going to hear me say this a lot, right? I'm going to open up with this quite a lot in these videos. I'll put a little star here at home plate. That is the hitter. Okay? Nobody's on base. This is the scenario. Nobody's on base and ball is hit over the right fielder or over the center field's head. What do you do? So the hitter hits an absolute bomb. So keep in mind, let's think about this, right? Our job is always to protect up to two bases, right? So this is where our cutoffs and our relays. Nobody's on base, ball's hit to the outfielder, you are automatically going to set up for a cut two. All right? We're setting up our cutoffs 2 bases ahead. So because nobody's on first base, we're setting it up right here to help protect that base and to potentially get that hitter out who's running second base. Okay? All right. So let's look at these, obviously, baseballs. Boom. Ball's hit here or ball's hit over the right fielder's head. Okay? So we'll go position by position, and we'll kind of break this down and talk about, roles and responsibilities and maybe even some like what if scenarios. Okay? All right. So let's do it. All right. So ball's hit right here to right field, hit deep. It's a bomb. Okay? Right fielder. And this really is for all outfielders. Okay? One of the things that we need to get better at across the board, and this is tough for younger players, is getting that first movement backwards. Okay? We want to diagnose what's happening. It's always easier to come in on a baseball than it is to go backwards. So your first step should be flipping those hips, reading where the ball was, whether it's turning over your right shoulder or left shoulder. But you need to flip those hips and have a couple like guided steps backwards to help diagnose what's happening. Now, in this case, this is a bomb. It's hit way over your head. You need to flip those hips, and you're going to be turning, and you're going to be running. You're going to be showing your back. Show your back to the rest of the field. You're sprinting to the baseball, trying to get to the baseball as fast as you possibly can. Okay? So while that's going on, center fielders, right here, you're basically doing the exact same thing. You're seeing the ball hit way over the right fielder's head. You need to read where the baseball is, and you are sprinting. Head is down, and you're sprinting to try and meet that ball. Now, essentially, think of it this way. Right field and center fielder, you're basically in a race for the baseball. I don't care who gets it first. If center fielder, you get it first. Right fielder, you get it first. I don't care. Just get to the baseball. Now, what I don't want you guys doing is fighting over it, or diving on the ground, or diving at knees. First person to get there gets there. You could even turn into like an infield rule. If right fielder, if you're close to it, I got it. Okay? You can talk to your teammates about that. Okay? So, you get to the baseball. Now, what do you do with it? Now, obviously, our first rule is going to be to get the ball in as fast as you can. You cannot hold on to the baseball. That's wasted time. Those are precious seconds that we can never get back. All right? So you're getting the baseball, fielding it, securing it, and you're getting the ball into the cutoff. Okay. Now I will get to the cutoff here in a minute. Left fielder, your role. You see the ball hit to the right side. You should automatically be starting to make your way. You see by the arrow, you're making your way down to the infield. You're basically are going to replace the shortstop. Okay. You're going to replace the shortstop, get in this position, and you're there for backup for the relay or cutoff at second base. Okay? So again, make sure, ball hits center, ball hits the right, that you're in that position. Everybody's moving. Okay, now let's go back to securing the baseball. So the baseball is now secured. Right fielder has the ball. Now, right fielder, you're way back here. Now, in yesterday's video, we talked about how the cutoff man, the second baseman, okay, we told you how you're going to be basically sprinting to the grass line and dirt line for a ball that's hit right at the outfielder, okay? Well, obviously, in this case, the ball's hit much further. You can't stay in that position, okay? So now you need to get out more, out on the grass. I would say 10 feet, maybe 15, just depending on how far the ball is hit. Basically, my rule of thumb is this. If you see the back of the right fielder, if you see his back, then you should keep jogging out, not sprinting. You can just jog out. As he's moving, you're moving. Once he stops, you stop. So that should put you, as I said, that 10 to 15 foot area out into the grass. Okay? So, while that's going on, I'm throwing a lot at you. I'll come back to the basements here in a minute, okay? While that's going on, the shortstop, okay? The shortstop is going to be lining you up. So the shortstop, your job on this is going to be to get to second base and give the second baseman who's already out here instructions on where to go. Do you want him going right, right, right? Do you want him going left, left, left? Is he good where it's at? So for this sake of the argument here, or just for this slide, the ball is located there. So now you want to create a straight line right from second base right to where that ball's at. So second base, you should be, so your job, shortstop, is to get the second baseman somewhere near or on this line. Okay, so in this case, it's pretty drawn up pretty correctly. He's lined up. Second base. Remember, you're already out here. Your hands are up. Cut, cut, cut. Okay? You need, as you catch the ball, you need to turn glove side. So remember, on the same side as your glove, you're turning that shoulder around, right? We don't want you guys spinning, right? So you're turning glove side. All right. Now, I'm going to freeze it there and go back to the shortstop. Now, this is like a what-if scenario, okay? Now, obviously, pretty easy peasy. This is kind of what we worked on yesterday, right? Shortstops is that if you can get the runner who is running to second base, if you can get him out, you're yelling, cut two, cut two, cut two, cut two. That means you want the cutoff man to catch the ball and throw him out at second base. That's pretty easy. We worked on that yesterday. All right. Now, one thing I forgot to mention was that yesterday we also, or in the last video, we talked about how cut or no cut, right? Cut. Now, obviously, this is a long throw. Ball's hit over the outfielder's head. It will for now be an automatic cutoff. Okay, this is a long throw. So it'll be cut two, cut two, cut two, or in a minute you'll yell cut three, cut three, cut three. This is an automatic cutoff because it's a long throw from where the outfielder's at to you. Okay, so again, shortstops, cut two, cut two, cut two. Again, second baseman, you're catching the ball, getting the ball in second base. Now I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you guys. Now I'm gonna erase this stuff. Now, what happens if this hitter blasts it, right? He's running to first base, he's running to second base, and shortstops, you can sense that he's about halfway there, maybe a little over halfway there. And now you start hearing the third base coach over here. Third base coach is yelling, come on a three, come on a three, come on a three. Okay? Second baseman's already out there on the cut. You're already here. So now our situation now changes, right? We don't want to cut two anymore because we know the runner's probably going to third base, right? He's already the outfielder, if the ball's still out here and this runner's already almost is close to the base, we aren't going to throw him out. So now we need to adjust our expectations, right? Now we need to protect and set our relay up for third base now. Okay? So second baseman, nothing really changes for you. You're still out there. You're catching the ball glove side, but now you hear a cut 3 call. Okay? So now shortstops, this is where things might be a little bit different for you now. Okay? So you're going to be, essentially, you are going to be giving up second base. He's already there. We can't stop him. He's going to be safe. So now we're going to do something called a double cut. Okay? It is what it sounds like. We are cutting the ball twice. So second basemen, you're going to be somewhere probably out in this range. Shortstops, you are going to come off the bag and get lined up behind that second baseman, and there should be a good amount of distance still between you and the cutoff. Okay, so second basemen, it's just depending on how far you are, you're going to either throw the ball through to third base if you're not that far out, or you're going to throw the ball to the shortstop who's lined up behind you, again, right on line with you. Okay, so this would be probably Parker, this would be Jedi. You're getting off the base, and not far. You maybe get a few feet in front of second base. Okay? So now second basemen, you're now throwing the ball to the shortstops, and then shortstops, you are then going to be throwing the ball to third base. Pretty simple, right? So that's throwing a little wrinkle at you. Now, third basemen, you need to be awake, okay? This is where you're right at the third base coach. You can kind of hear what's going on, right? So you're covering third base the whole time, okay? So, again, kind of going through this. Second basemen, you're out here. Shortstops, you're here. We hear cut 3, cut 3, cut 3. Now, third base, you need to line up the shortstop. Okay, this is where you're going to give him the right, left call. You want to line him up. So when the second baseman gets the cutoff, he throws the ball to the shortstop. Shortstop throws the ball to you. Okay, does that make sense? So you need to, so basically two voices have to be going on at the same time. So we haven't worked on this in practice yet. This is something that we're going to eventually start working on. All right, now while that's going on, we have our pitchers. Again, pitchers. We're not just going to be standing there, right? You on the hit. When you see a bomb blasted over the heads, you need to be running behind the third baseman, and you're backing it up. In case they go for a triple, we now have it backed up. Catchers, you're staying put because if something happens when this guy goes for an in the park home run, we need to make sure we have this base protected and covered. First basemen. Same thing. You see a bomb. The play is not going to be at first base anymore, right? He's already long gone. So you need to start making your way, basically splitting. You're going to split pitcher's mound and second base. Okay? Looking for any type of overthrow from the right fielder to the cutoff man. You're backing it up. Okay? All right, Dodgers. So I wanted to show you guys something real quick. On the next slide. This is like a real live footage.
2 outs and the defense is down a run late in the game.
Real life footage, as you guys see right here. There is nobody on base. Nobody on base. Ball's hit to right center field. You see him, he's getting it now. Okay, now diagnosing, right? Now we know there's nobody on first base. The hitter's probably going to go for 2 here. The ball was hit pretty deep. It was a soft liner. And anyway, it shouldn't matter. We're lining up 2 no matter what anyway, right? So, he catches the ball. I'm going to freeze it right there. Now, keep in mind, these guys are pros, right? This is the second baseman. He's out for his cut. Notice he's 5 feet or so out in the grass. You guys will be a little bit further, 10, 15. You'll be probably out and through here. Now the shortstop, as you guys see, is covering the bag. Now he told the cutoff man, no cut, no cut, no cut. Now they can make that throw. You guys probably aren't there yet until you're older. So shortstop covers the bag. Keep in mind now it's not a force out, so he has to apply the tag now, right? So as you'll see it right here. And you see how it's labeled. Second baseman's out there, as already mentioned. Shortstop, you're covering the bag. Now he's safe. But you saw the movement on that. You saw where the guys were supposed to be. That's ultimately what I wanted you guys to kind of get out of that little session. All right, Dodgers. Let me know if you have any questions on this. You guys all have my phone number. Shoot me a text if something didn't make sense to you. All right. I look forward to the next installment.